What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Let's Play Corpse Party Book of Shadows. In the last episode, we finished up Chapter 4, and it was a lot shorter than we expected. That's for sure. I'm still curious to hear about what a lot of you guys thought about it. This is the first time, I think I've been starting an episode in the past couple weeks, that I haven't had as bad of a cold. It flared up a little bit today. Sinuses were a little runny, but I think we're making progress there, which is always good. We, in this episode, are going to start off Chapter 5 called ShangriLa. I'm really curious as to why it's named that. I want to hear a lot of your guys' theories on why you think these individual chapters are named the way they are. Like, what about the last one was Purgatory? I think if I had to guess, it would refer to, what's her name? Sayaka being trapped in this area where she's eventually left to die, neither able to really fully enter Heavenly Host, nor return back to the real world. But that's just my theory. Anyways, let's hop into ShangriLa. Who do we think this is going to be about? Is this maybe going to be the opposite end? Is this going to be from Naho's perspective? Are we going to get fulfilled in that end? I feel like it might be Ayumi's sister. Just throwing it out there. Regardless, let's hop in. Cross his fingers for no fan service. Oh no! Oh no! Sorry, Faye. I know you're a big fan of the Morishige and Mayu ship. I still am not quite over Morishige from the first game, but regardless, this music and everything, I deserve punishment for my actions. This is probably him, you know, in a play or something. Oh no. Each time I took a photograph with my phone, its flash made the school walls shine a bright, heavenly white. This was a place of solitude. Only she and I, not another soul to be found. Oh, Morishige. I just can't stay away. I feel like this is gonna be him in Heavenly Host. Wait, what? This doesn't look like a picture we should really be enjoying in the same way Morishige is. Has he gone back to his creepy self? Are we done with the exposition of him being a somewhat normal person in real life? I was acutely aware that the hand in which I held my cell phone had begun sweating. And my breathing had become uncomfortably heavy. Getting all hot and heavy over a dead body, Morishige? I was getting steadily more excited. This is exactly what it's sounding like. And it was all because of her. This isn't Mayu, is it? A perfect flower, brightly adorning the wall with its myriad colors. Such was the departed female form spread before me. Departed female form. So this is indeed a dead body, but it doesn't sound like it's Mayu. Is this censored, or is this just dramatic? I don't feel like Corpse Party would be the one to censor this of all things, right? When I first encountered her, it took me several moments just to comprehend what I was seeing. I never beheld a person with such grievous injuries before. I'm not even certain the word injuries would apply in a situation like this. Yikes. What state of mind could cause someone to do this to another human being? You know, real talk, I'm pretty curious as to what's actually getting Morishige excited here. This is a very silly thing to have a serious discussion about, but is it really something like necrophilia, where he's actually just attracted to dead bodies? Or is it the phenomenon of, like, doing this? Is he just, like, enjoying the torture? That sort of action, more so than, like, the body itself. I'm not 100% sure. At the moment, it actually seems like it's the latter. Sorry about all the random cuts. It sounds like my family upstairs is, I don't know, walking like some sort of a stampede. But regardless, I was certain this action had been wrought by human hands, largely because both of her arms had been nailed to the wall with construction-grade linchpins. Is this supposed to be some sort of crucifixion? Based solely on the dugout abdomen, seemingly without the use of tools, the intestines lying on the floor, the smashed eyeballs, and the exposed jaw. Yikes, this is grimacing even for Corpse Party standards. One might think she'd been torn apart by wild animals, but the linchpins and the faint traces of bloody handprints here and there proved otherwise.
だがこの造形はどうだ。これには誰かの意志が、情熱が宿っているじゃないか。
And yet, this bold, finely crafted display of her body shows a clear will and a fiery passion on the part of the orchestrator. The blood that splattered far and wide shone in my flash like a bright red flame. I'm having a lot of difficulty with words today. I don't know why. Jeez. And whole chunks of flesh were strewn about like flower petals. This flayed, eviscerated corpse with arms outstretched and nailed to the wall brought to mind images of Jesus nailed to the cross. But she was even purer than that. There was no self-sacrifice here, no lesson to be taught. Whoever did this clearly had fun with it. They enjoyed killing her. They enjoyed destroying her. I suppose there are animals who kill not for food, but for sport, leaving the carcasses of their prey behind. Is this like after Morishige has cracked? Has this always been a part of his character? Of course, even intelligent animals like the lion, monkey, and dolphin can be subject to occasional exclusionism and abuse within their ranks. Yet only humans possess the capacity to turn their violent impulses into art. How I feel about this, it should be pretty clear by now, right? More pictures. Can that truly be all there is to it, though? My internal monologue had become soliloquy, if only for a moment. What was it about this girl that fascinated me so? Witnessing the aftermath of a murderer's actions did provide a certain freeing sense of childlike helplessness, to be sure. But why had she, in particular, stricken my fancy? Is this Mayu? No. Like, she was still slammed against the wall, but at the same time, this could be a different, parallel universe. I see what you did there, game. This whole school is like a veritable corpse party. I've seen so many other bodies since I've arrived here, but none like hers. The moment I first laid eyes on her will stay with me always. Not just the sight, but the smell too, hanging in the air like steam after a hot bath. I will say, as minimally as I agree with this perception, or as minimally as I share in this perception, the artistry in the wording is really well done here. She was young, junior or senior high age. But that's about all I could determine. Her uniform was tattered and soaked through with blood. There was no student ID name tag to be found. The only reason I believed her to be a she, in fact, was due to the presence of a makeup bag and ornate tortoiseshell jewelry box on the ground. I don't have the slightest clue who she may be, so why am I so drawn to her? Please tell me, who are you? Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I think it's more so based on how he's been talking, the actions surrounding it, the representation of the tenacity and violence of the human will under this sort of pressure that he's really appreciating. Appreciating more so as like an artistic stance more so than like a sexual fancy, I guess. Battery dying or no? Oh, it's an alarm. The alarm on my cell phone sounded as if an answer. Oh dear, is it already this late? Is this before he ended up in Heavenly Host, or what? A production of The Barber of Seville was airing on the MHK, gotta love it, educational network that evening, and Mayu had asked me to record it for her. So now, apparently, I hope that was at least in Heavenly Host, and now we're back in reality, and we're probably gonna build up to that eventual point. The Barber of Seville, is that what Sweeney Todd was based off of? Being away from my TV at the time, I'd set a few reminder alarms on my phone to sound at regular intervals beforehand. Maya was most renowned for her love of sweets and accessories and such, and I often wondered if anyone else knew how much she enjoyed the works of Rossini. I need to find Mayu. She's lost without me. I mean, so you think. Mayu was doing pretty well on her own. Ah, bright and beautiful Mayu, beloved by all who knew her. I was the only one aware of the weaknesses that lay within her heart. Therefore, I was the only one who could truly protect her.
そういえば、持田の妹、あの子はどうしているだろうな。
Huh? Speaking of weaknesses, I wonder what's become of Mochida's little sister. The way he says this is so creepy. Given what happens between Hyuka and Morishige in the previous game too, that's very, very much creepy.
さっき俺はついあの子を追い回して怖がらせてしまった。
So I guess we're still in Heavenly Host, and we're past that point. So if you don't remember from the first game, there was this point where Yuka is running away from Kizami, and it seems like Morishige is also chasing after her, and is being really creepy. And now we kind of get Morishige's perspective on it all. You can see him smirking with Yuka in the background. I certainly enjoyed chasing her around earlier. I gave her quite a fright. You're so nice. Maybe he just has a thing against Satoshi? I adored watching her run for her dear life. It was an act befitting a psychopathic pedophile, yet I'm no such thing. Why then did I glean such joy from it? Yeah, that's precisely what I'm thinking too, Morishige. I simply found her frail, cowering countenance to be irresistibly precious. Yeah, he's got this weird obsession with the fear, the trauma of violence and horror and all that, which, you know, we are playing a horror game right now, or at least I am, and you guys are watching and probably have played or will play or something like that, other horror games. So I don't really know how detached I am from this experience, but I definitely know we're not this. The sight of an overwhelmingly weak person standing before me, utterly helpless and alone, elated my very soul. That's gotta be like... I'm trying to think of what the psychological disorder is here, but to be that exhilarated by seeing someone so weak and helpless and overwhelmed by their fear. The sensation was nearly orgasmic. Yeah, this was a friend's sister. For all the torments I'd caused, I certainly intended no harm. Yeah, I'm sure. The perceived threat I represented just spawned such panic and horror within her that I couldn't help myself. Thinking back upon it, it still makes me smile.
別の自分が目覚めつつあるようなそんな感覚だ。
I swear, it feels like there's another me slowly and steadily awakening within. Yikes, if it hasn't awakened already, I can only imagine what it's like in full bloom.
ダメだ。こんなのは俺らしくない。この悪夢みたいな場所のせいか。
I wonder. No, this isn't right. This isn't who I am. Could it be that this nightmarish location is messing with my head? I'm trying to think. Based on what we know, I would say probably not, given its minimal effect on everyone else. Not that there is, like, minimal effect. Like, everyone gets scared, right? Ayumi gets possessed. But I don't think those are the same way that just being in this sort of evil place is kind of changing his cognition, right? It's not like he's being possessed by some sort of ghost that's doing the thinking for him. It seems like it's just bringing out a different aspect of him that's never been socially acceptable nor given the opportunity to come out, right? Like, how often has Morishige just walked around and seen a bunch of corpses that he might find beautiful, right? Indeed, this wouldn't do it all. If I were to return to the real world with Mayu and the others without first discarding this new me, I would no longer be able to live the way I did before. True that.
携帯に保存した画像や動画は全て消しておかないと。彼女の姿も。
I suppose I'll need to erase all the pictures and movies I've stored in my phone, including hers. ShangriLa, Episode 5. I wonder why they call them episodes in this game rather than chapters. Mitsuki, huh? Is this the trio of girls from the first game that were stuck in... I think we met the toilet ghost. I mean, Toko, anybody at all? Is anybody there? Whoa, what's going on up there? Crap, my phone, is it okay? Darn it, the strap broke. Nobody in here either? Where did everybody go?
ついさっきまで生徒会室にいたのに。
Hard to believe we were just in the student council
やっ
room.
ぱりあの幸子さんのおまじないが原因なのかな。
I guess that Sachiko charm is what did us in, huh?
ここはどう考えてもいつもの学校の中じゃない。
This wasn't just some ordinary school building.
生徒会の仲間とクラスメート数人で例のおまじないをして、多分私は貧血か何かで気を失ってしまったんだと思う。
Some fellow student council members and classmates and I all did that weird ritual, and then I passed out. I thought maybe it was anemia or something. Anemia? It wouldn't probably just be that sudden. I mean, like, not to get too medically, but like, only maybe if she were like somewhat anemic and maybe on her period and that sort of thing. Like, maybe then you would get lightheaded, but to full on pass out.
目が覚めたらこんな気味が悪いところにいた。
Maybe she like just stood up, orthostatic hypotension or something, but when I woke up, I found myself in this thoroughly disturbing place.
友達の姿はどこにもなかった。
And my friends were nowhere to be found.
最初は瞳子たちのいたずらだと思ったんだけど、どうもそんな雰囲気じゃない。
At first, I thought maybe this was just Toko playing a prank on me, but I quickly realized that it went far beyond that.
怒っても叫んでも、さすがに怖くなってもうやめてと頼んでも誰一人現れない。
I got angry, I screamed, I cowered in fear and begged anyone who could hear me to stop doing this. But ultimately, I was just talking to air.
なんだか悪い夢を見ているみたいだ。
This all felt like a bad dream.
むしろ夢であってほしいと心から思う。
And I prayed, in my heart of hearts, that that's all it was. If only, Mitsuki.
一人でこんなところにいるなんて我慢できない。
Because I knew I wouldn't be able to stand being in this horrible place all alone.
とにかく誰かに会いたくてたまらない。
I just wanted to see someone, to be with someone.
せめて私の名前を呼んでほしい。
I just wanted someone to call my name.
私は山本美月。白檀高等学校の2年生で生徒会の初期。
I'm Yamamoto Mitsuki, an 11th grader at Byakudan Senior High School. I serve as clerk for the student council.
私はここにいるよ。
I'm right here, everyone. Right here. Alright, so the gameplay begins. I'm excited that we're already in Heavenly Host, admittedly. So we've got this notice over here. Obviously, the big thing in the room here is this part here. A decaying human head has been forcibly crammed into the top left cubby. It mustn't have been easy to make it fit, as there are tiny pieces of flesh and scalp tissue all along the frame. Yikes.
誰かこんな。
Who would have done something like this?
でも私
Hey, there's this person named Sachiko. Just wait till you
だん
meet
だ
her.
ん怖くなくなってきた。最初は我慢できずに吐いてたのに。みんな無事だよね。
You know, when I saw my first body here, I couldn't stop throwing up. But I think I'm starting to get desensitized. I just hope the others are okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. And it's weird to feel, like, desensitized. There are numerous indoor-use slippers stowed in the cubbies. They appear much more old-fashioned than the ones commonly worn in modern elementary schools. It's weird to get desensitized to things that, like, you feel like you should be paying some sort of respect to, or you need to feel a particular emotional way about. The door is frozen in place as if it's just a decoration on the wall. It doesn't even rattle when pushed.
ここも窓と同じで開かない。どうなってんのもう。
Darn it, the windows were the same way. What the heck is going on in here? I'm not going to accomplish anything by staying in one place. I need to keep looking for my friends. And so we go on. Into the hallway.
Mitsuki-san!
Who's that? Who's there?
俺だよ、黒崎。
Oh, Kurosaki. Oh my goodness, I remember Kurosaki. It's me, Kurosaki.
黒崎？どこ？
Kurosaki, where are you? We were in the same hallway, but separated by a huge hole in the floor. Still, I'd finally found someone. Kensuke Kurosaki, a classmate of mine from 2-4. After being alone in here all this time, finally a friend. I could barely contain my exuberance.
黒崎！やっぱ無事だったんだね。よかった。
Kurosaki, I'm so glad you're alright.
美月さんも大丈夫だった？怪我とかしてない？
You too. How are you holding up? You're not hurt or anything, right?
私は平気。黒崎、みん
No,
なは？
I'm just fine. How about you, Kurosaki? Where are the others?
わからないんだ。俺もさっき気がついたばっかで。第一、どうして自分がこんなとこにいるんだかも。
I wish I knew. I only just woke up, and I'm still trying to figure out how I got there, or how I got here.
私たち、生徒会室にいたよね。なのに、どうしてこんなボロい学校に？気絶してる間に、誰かに連れてこられたってこと？
No kidding. We were all in the student council room, right? So how come we're in a rundown school now? Did someone carry us here while we were unconscious?
かもしんないけど、こんなことするやつなんて。
That's the only explanation I can think of, but I can't imagine anyone actually doing that.
まともじゃないよ。黒崎見た？ここって。
Yeah, they'd have to be pretty sick. But then, well, have you seen what's in here with us, Kurosaki?
死体だろ？見たよ。人生初の体験だよ。リアルでしょんべん漏らしかけたぜ。
The dead bodies? Yeah. First time in my life I've ever seen the real deal. I was about ready to piss my pants when I realized what I was looking at. I can't say I have had a similar experience because the dead bodies they're seeing are very different from what I've seen. But I have recently, actually just recently started working in the anatomy lab for school. We're working on a cadaver, going through the dissection and all. And it is definitely, this is what I was going to mention earlier with one of those experiences where you feel like you should feel a certain way, but you get desensitized. And it's interesting. It's interesting your first time. When it really strikes you that this was a person, that this person had a life, that this person had a family, and now they're the cadaver in front of you, right? Like, it's a very interesting feeling.
やだ、下品。
Ew, come on.
だけど、マジでやばいと思う。早くキザミやフクロイたち探して、ここを脱出しないと。
That face he's making. I'm serious, this place is so not safe. We need to find Kizami. Oh man, you don't want to find Kizami, trust me. Fukuroi and the others and get the heck out of here. Kurosaki carefully inched closer to the hole in the corridor, bit by bit, then took a good long look inside.
そんなピョンって飛んでこっち来ちゃいなよ。あんた野球部だし、スポーツ得意でしょ？
You could leap right over that, I'll bet. I mean, you're in the baseball club and you're good at sports, so something like this should be no problem.
無理だって、陸上部ならまだしも。
And there's no way I'd have to be a track star to clear that.
使えない。そのうち補欠に回されちゃうんじゃん。
Well, you'll never be one with that kind of attitude, but this isn't really the thing to kind of gamble on.
厳しいな。美月さんらしいっちゃらしいけど。とりあえず、どっか遠回りしてそっちに行ける道がないか探してみるよ。
Man, you don't mince words, do you? Wouldn't expect anything less of you, though. Anyway, I'm gonna go try to find some other way around. I've never heard the phrase mince words before, but based on how it's been used and a bit of the Japanese I'm hearing, it makes it sound like just kind of like soften words, right? Like you never really sugarcoat anything. Obviously, that could just be a regional expression that I'm more comfortable with, and, you know, mince words could be used elsewhere, but let me know if you guys are familiar with it. What? Wait.
そこで待ってて、美月さん。ついでに他の連中も探してくるからさ。
You stay there, Mitsuki. In any case, in case anyone else shows up while I'm gone.
そんな慌てなくていいって。しばらくここにいてよ。
You don't need to be in such a hurry. Why don't we stay here for a little while yet? Yeah, for both your sanity's sake.
一人にしないでよ。
Don't leave me alone.
私性格きついからな。普段クラスでも生徒会でも姉子ポジションっていうか。
I guess I can be kind of a pain sometimes. In class and in student council meetings alike, I'm always trying to take charge.
やっぱエミみたいにおとなしい子じゃないと男子から女の子扱いされないか。
I suppose I'll have to be all docile and sweet like Emmy if I want to be treated like a lady. I don't really like that line for all of the stereotypes and gender roles and assumptions it makes. But I get where the game is going. I get where it's going. I won't harp on it. Out of range. Darn. Right when I need it the most, too. The time display on my phone read 2909. That's interesting.
時計もおかしい。 さっき落とした時にどっか壊しちゃったかな。
Well, that's certainly not right. Maybe it got messed up when I dropped it. Is this supposed to be the passage of time? What's going on? What is this sound effect?
遅いな、黒崎。
Yeah.
何にもなきゃいいけど。
Oh man. Kurosaki's taking an awfully long time. I sure hope nothing happened to him. Hey, anybody there? Someone from the far off distance says that we have yet to meet. But we are actually going to be meeting this person, as you might expect, in the next episode. So far, I'm liking the beginning of Chapter 5. I like these characters. I'm excited. I feel ambivalent about meeting Kizami again. It's really cool to see Kurosaki, and I'm really intrigued to hear what they're going to do and how it all ties into Morishige as well, because that whole Morishige art thing, though it was a little like, I don't know, makes you feel a little cringy and like weird about Morishige again, because like he has those moments in the first game there, and then there's some redeeming moments since then, but now it's kind of going back to its creepy mode. So it was really well done. So I think it's a good start to Chapter 5, and I'm looking forward to what it has left to offer. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But until the next episode, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.